So I want to know, right? And you just released an instant classic. And if you retired, we would have suffered the culture. We wouldn't have Insano today, right? We probably wouldn't even be here. So, what was the conduit? What was that made you say, okay, let me continue down this road and give us another offering?
Well, it was a combination of things, really. A lot of it came from conversations I had with friends and you know, people close to me, like you being one of them, and you know, people kind of making me feel like I was out of my fucking mind for saying such a thing. And you know, in that moment, I felt so sure of myself that I wanted to kind of start something different. But I had this conversation with Brian, and you guys know him as Kaws, who did the artwork for the album. And this is maybe like way before I started working on Insano. And I was talking to him about something else, but he had saw that online, and I was talking about like giving up music and stuff like that. And we got off the phone, and he calls me back, and we were talking, and he's like, man, I don't want to get in your business. You know, I don't want, you can let me know if I'm crossing the boundary or nothing, but like, I really think you should rethink retiring, you know? And I was just like, damn, like, you really think so? He's like, yeah, you just have so much to say, and you're still really fucking good. And I'm like, you know, I've heard from my friends telling me I'm crazy. My friends telling me I'm always gonna wanna make music. My friends telling me I'm not gonna quit. You know, all this, just telling me I'm out of my mind. But it wasn't until Brian said something, because it's like Brian was like, you know, I wouldn't expect him to come to me and voice his opinion like that about my business, you know? So I had to I was like, damn, but Brian, like he called me back and went out his way to let me know this, like that was a mistake I was making. And I took a step back and I was just kind of like, well, all these people are telling me I'm making a mistake. I have to listen to that, and let me just try to cook up some shit and see what happens. And I was in Paris. I saw Kendrick's show in Paris, and it fucking blew my mind. And it really jump-started the whole shit. You know, seeing Kendrick and seeing the reaction from the crowd. And I was just like, this is the shit I want. Like, I mean, not saying that y'all motherfuckers don't go off at my shows, because y'all go off at my shows, for sure. So much excitement, you guys are having the best time. But it was something about his show that just seemed like pure love and light and energy. And I came back to LA, and I went in the studio with a new mindset and a new idea for an album and how I wanted to approach it. And after like the first 3 days, I made like 5 songs, and I was like, okay, something's happening. Because I always say, like, when I'm working on an album, like there's some spirit, I'm possessed. There's something going on. And I have to wait until it gets me. I can't work, I can work on shit, but it's not until I'm possessed where I'm like, yes, I got it. And it was like, that moment when I went back to the studio, I was just like cooking up shit left and right, man. I made like 5 songs in 3 days, and I was like, well, I got something here. I think I got an album. You know, that's what it usually is. It's like you do like, you know how it is. You do like the first 3 or 4 songs and you're like, all right, I think I got something here. I'm on to something, right? And I just kept recording. The weeks went by, 20, 30 records, all sorts of songs, just piling up. And I was like, fuck. I'm not done. I have so much to say. Like, I didn't think I had so much to say, but like I just made like fucking 20, 30 songs in less than a month, and this shit sounds like the best shit I've made in years. And part of that was because this is the first album I've ever made completely happy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think at every album I ever made, I was always dealing with something, right? But this was like, man, I ain't dealing with no stress. I'm not stressed out, I'm not depressed. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. And that was something that was new for me and exciting, because I was like, oh, I can give the kids like what the happy Cud sounds like. And it's not gonna be cheesy, it's still gonna be fresh and cool, and I'm not gonna sound like some old man trying to be cool, or like it's still gonna be Cudi and it's gonna be right, you know? And yeah, so it was like all those things and just kind of piled up, and I kind of opened my eyes and realized that, like, you know, it would really be a bummer if I stopped, you know? It would really be really fucked up. So,
For us.
yeah, or even for me, because I need you. I need this. I need this outlet to create. So it makes me happy. It does something for my soul. So, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm around.
Like a G.